Tension is running high among correctional officers of Bordelais who issued a letter listing the grievances they want addressed with urgency. Home Affairs Minister Dr. Virginia Albert Poyotte says most of the issues contained in the letter have either been dealt with or are being dealt with.
There is a letter that the Correctional Officers Association wrote to the Prime Minister complaining about the delay in implementation on a few areas of concern. And we are in the process of responding to that letter, because when we look at the contents of the letter, we notice that most of these issues are being addressed. So there is no item there that is really a crisis that would affect the employees to a point where they may decide to take any form of action. But that again is their prerogative to decide how they handle situations.
The Home Affairs Minister says poor communication between government and the Bordelais correctional officers may be at the heart of this industrial relations dispute.
From the Department of Home Affairs, we are on top of the issues, and we have looked at the letter and we are addressing the concerns and giving them the appropriate response. From my discussion with the Department of Home Affairs, we have seen that most of these issues, some of them have already been addressed. So if there is a problem with communication, I think that is the right time to correct it.
Dr. Virginia Albert Poyotte says this current administration has an outstanding record in responding to the concerns of the workers of the Bordelais Correctional Facility.
We did a review of Bordelais, and that review actually articulated the short, medium and long-term plan for the institution. And after 6 months, when we did an evaluation, we realized we had achieved all our short-term plan, and we are actually working on the medium term now. So far I can tell you that the government is on target in terms of responding to Bordelais. And there is a senior officer at Bordelais who indicated that for over 20 years they have never seen that high level of support for the institution. So I'm encouraging the officers to be patient and do not take advantage of the situation, because they know some of the challenges we have economically and so on. And the Prime Minister has given them the commitment that he will address most of their concerns, and I think so far we are delivering accordingly.
There's an apparent gulf in what the government claims to have delivered and the expectations of the correctional officers. On Friday, the officers met to decide on their next course of action. The management of the Bordelais Correctional Facility is said to be on standby to respond to whatever decision comes out of Friday's Correctional Officers meeting. Lucia for the HS News Force.